Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Are those Control Warriors bringing you down? Don't worry, I have a deck for you. This deck is a more successful slow Warlock deck than the previous Forest Control Warlock. This is a Mecha'thun Warlock, so this is a combo deck. The combo is that you discount your Mecha'thun with Galvanizer, so that then the Mecha'thun will cost 9 mana, and then you will Plague of Flames your Mecha'thun to kill it off. What this means that is your deck has to be empty, your hand has to be empty except for the Mecha'thun and Plague of Flames on the final turn. But your board doesn't have to be empty, because Plague of Flames kills all of your minions. So the combo is not quite as good as the old Mecha'thun Warlock with Cataclysm used to be, because Cataclysm was also able to discard your hand, so you could have leftover cards in your hand, and that luxury you cannot have with this one. That means that there is some planning to do if your opponent is attempting to fatigue you, because there are cards like Mortal Coils and Shadow Bolts in the deck that need to target a minion, so you need to have enough minions to play these on your own minions if necessary. For the most part, however, that is not an issue, there will be lots of minions for targets. I also had to take out the Solarium from this deck. There's actually only one card difference from my Theorycraft before the expansion release. I switched the Solarium for a Voodoo Doll. I wanted a little bit more removal, and Solarium, when you can't discard Solarium, then if Solarium is near your bottom, then you play the Solarium, you draw 3 cards, you go deep into fatigue, and you just might kill yourself before you get to actually play your combo. So that was a bit of a problem for me at one point. Anyway, the deck is fairly simple in construction. The deck has basically 3 types of cards. There are cards that draw more cards, like Novice Engineer, like Loot Hoarder. There are cards that remove stuff from the board, like Doomsayer and Siphon Soul, Godfrey and Twisting Nether. And there are cards that heal you, like Kartut Defender, Celiax and Rotten Apple Bomb. So that's all that the deck wants to do. It wants to draw, it wants to remove stuff, it wants to heal, and then ultimately it's going to play that Mecha'thun, Plague of Flames, and win the game. Control Warrior in particular can't really do anything about this. They just don't have the tools to challenge a deck like this at all. However, the deck is a little bit polarized, because while you're just rolling through Control Warriors, Mages on the other hand tend to have some nasty burn available to them, and then that means that they can just burn you down before you get to your combo. Now that you can no longer discard your hand, you're typically taking at least 1 point of fatigue damage before you get to actually complete your combo. And if a mage is already able to pressure you before that point, like 1-mana Antonidas, cheap spells, bunch of fireballs, boom 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 boom, then that just might be too much. Still, this has been a fairly nice deck. Completely obliterates Warrior, has been good against aggro, but loses to Mage. As for the mulligans with this deck, you're typically looking for card draw. You're looking for Talnos, Loot Hoarder, Novice Engineer. Depending on the matchup, you may also keep some removal, if you know that you're going to need an early Doomsayer or early Hellfire. It's hard to give more specific advice yet, because the meta is not completely stable at the moment, so we don't know the breakpoints that you will need to have damage-wise against each class. But most of what you're looking for is card draw. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Mecha'thun Warlock in action. I mean, you want to run Harrison in classes that don't have a lot of natural draw. Something like a Hunter. I know him. Thanks for the... Yeah, finally reached 10,000. Okay, so it combines taunts and the weapons, right? No, Quest Warrior, sorry. I misread. I thought you meant taunt. Sorry, that's my bad. Oh boy. This is a Face Hunter. How do I beat a Face Hunter? He's going to hit me in the face a lot. I would need to find healing. Oh dear. Oh dear. This can get ugly. Because this one is just going face all the time, right? Now there's a secret. So is that secret snakes? I mean, it could be snakes. I don't want to attack into these minions. I don't have a way to deal with snakes right now. Just a pressure plate. Whew. Well, that's good news. That was a piece of good news. Just a pressure plate. Okay. And I was able to proc it so he doesn't get the hyena this turn. That's more good news.
Mind if I roll knee?
There could of course be rat traps too. Now he can get the hyena. Here comes the hyena. Could this one be snakes? Well, in 2 turns I can Godfrey. Let's see if it's freezing. It's freezing. I can afford to freeze that. It's okay. Get the card of Defender out there. Face with this one. Freezing that should be fine. Alright. It's unlikely that there would be a silence, so I'm going to get 6 healing from the Mecha'thun, most likely. Spending a kill command there instead of spending kill command on my face. I take that any day. That's a piece of great news. Everything else is going face though, yeah. Godfrey is an option. Another card is an option. Godfrey's mana effective. That's Godfrey. Going down to 18, but he threw away 1 kill command, which was a piece of really good news. Mortuary machine. Well, I can play the Sloot Hoarder out there. Having it reborn on that is okay. Get to draw more cards. I can Siphon Soul the Mortuary Machine then. I will be able to get rid of this, it's fine. Another one. Well, I have another Siphon Soul. Don't want more reborn stuff. Well, this already has reborn, so that's the downside. If I had a Apple Bomb, that would be nice. So Siphon Soul or Twisting Nether. This is probably just a Twisting Nether turn, right? Probably just a Twisting Nether turn. I also have the option to spend Plague of Flames, and then I can play the card of Defender. That's an option. I could afford to tap in theory if I do that. I think I like that. Let's do that. Now I like this even better. I get to heal with the Apple Bomb. And then the Apple Bomb comes back to heal me again. Yes, this is good. Is that one card that's been there since the beginning? Okay. It just seems Mage has so much burn. I can't deal with it all. We're going in and finding out how this one's going to happen. Alright, so far so good. Mage kept 1 card, Mage is on the coin. So it's not a quest mage, so not a total meme.
Mind if I roll
A little
need?
loot hoarder out there, I think. It's not going to get silenced anyway. It's probably going to get pinged. It's likely that there are some giants. Giants are very, very likely. Right, let's play another loot hoarder. So far so good. I have one Plague of Flames and I have a Voodoo Doll here. So I should be able to destroy some things. Luna, eh? How much draw is that going to enable? How worried am I of Luna? I mean, I have a way to destroy it here, but I don't think I want to. I think I might tap this turn and play a Doomsayer out there.
Hey, give me that!
Just hit him in the face a little. So can he kill the Doomsayer? He could like Conjurer's Calling the Doomsayer, but that's not very useful. He gets some draw from the Luna. Maybe. He has not yet had any kind of Mana Cyclone or anything. Okay, 9 cards in hand at the moment. Just lets the Luna go. But there's still the giants left. 8 cards in my hand. 8 cards is fine. I could even go to 9 cards. And I can afford to play a Novice Engineer out there as well. Yeah. Let's go to 9. Play the Novice Engineer. Alright, 9 cards in hand. I have Voodoo Doll, Mortal Coil. I have a couple of cheap minions and a Plague of Flames. I'm glad that you like it. Some kind of dragon build, eh? Well, it's not very easy to kill a 4/10 now, is it? And the answer is no, it isn't. But do I have to kill it now? I don't think I absolutely have to. I think I can just play a card defender out there and chill. What's the Mecha'thun combo? Yeah, it's Plague of Flames on a discounted tune. You need to empty the deck and empty the hand, but you don't have to empty the board. Well, you can't have these sort of Reborn or Death Rattle minions here that summon more, but you can have like Auxiliax with Divine Shield, that's fine. So the Kadut Defenders have to be... the first part of Kadut Defenders has to be dead. But other than that, you can have any stuff on the board. Hi, Kurokun. An interesting approach to using the coin. Not really sure why he would like to do that. Well, my next move. Hand is full again. This is not yet the board that I want to Plague of Flames. I can't play Apple Bomb and tap, which would have been nice. This sort of mage deck probably doesn't have a lot of small stuff, right? So Hellfire is not going to help me a lot. Probably not, yeah. I'll just play the Apple Bomb here. Play the Apple Bomb and chill. I don't want to play these minions yet, because I may use them with the Plague of Flames. Yeah, slow Warlock decks have not been good for some time now. Okay, it's a Reno Mage. Fine. That means that I'm taking 8 here. Which of course is not ideal. I mean, I could play some things out there and Plague of Flames. I might do that later. I think I'll just Twisting Nether this board. But I think there's going to be major threats, and this sort of deck runs Antonidas and Mana Cyclone. Mage is almost impossible to beat as Warlock, so Mage is the worst matchup. Hi, Big Dave.
Your wish is my suggestion.
What is he going to pick up from Zephyrus here? Hard to say. It's not like it's going to offer him lethal. I really don't know what Zephyrus is going to offer him here. But I'm really worried about the Antonidas and the burn. My hand is full again. I mean, I could like Shadow Bolt the Zephyrus. Is he going to have a way to bounce it back? Maybe. I want to Siphon Soul the Mountain Giant. That's pretty clear. I guess I'll just Shadow Bolt the Zephyrus, I think it's fine. But the only threat that I have really dealt with is Mountain Giant. I always got Tyrion when playing Zephyrus like he did. Okay. Well, I have weapon removal in hand. Okay, Siamat, I don't mind Siamat. Siamat is cool. It's going to be Divine Shield Wind Fury, obviously, in a position like this. Position like this, it's always Divine Shield Wind Fury. Just checking if I have answers. I do. Keeping steady at 8 cards is good for him. 9 cards in hand. Let's say I tap, go to 10 cards, Voodoo Doll, Mortal Coil at 9 cards. Acceptable. So start with a tap, then it's Voodoo Doll and Mortal Coil to kill the Siamat. 9 cards in hand. How do I want to... Because I want to use 1 Plague of Flames to deal with some kind of a board that he's going to make. The question is just how wide of a board is he going to have? How many minions do I need to play there? Maybe I can play a Novice Engineer here. I think that's acceptable. Let's do that. I mean, I have the option to play the Doomsayer out there. Then he wouldn't do anything next turn, but let's see. Got a Golden Zephyrus for my pre-verses, that's awesome. How the Mecha'thun combo works. I discount the Mecha'thun, and then I play Mecha'thun and Plague of Flames. 2 and a 4 and a 6. Perfect board for Godfrey. 9 cards in his hand at the moment. I have 8 cards left in my deck. But I can't get a Godfrey out there together with something, right? Not really, no. But this has got... Like I can't tap or anything. We do mercy killing here. 9 cards in hand. That will have to do, I guess. I had the option to do like double Hellfire there. And tap, I would go very low. Is card draw fast enough? Card draw is not the problem. Survivability is the problem. And then emptying your hand is a problem. So that you wouldn't take fatigue damage at the end. I had to cut Solarium, because there was no way to discard Solarium anymore. And with no way to discard Solarium, that just meant that... That meant trouble. Solarium was near the bottom, I still had to play it, I went deep into fatigue. That sort of issues. Well, he didn't have a 10 cost spell last turn. All his best spells are costing 5. But I know he didn't. He has at most 1 Pyroblast in hand. Because he had like 3 cost. He had 2, 3 and 6 cost spells in hand last time. So there were no fireballs in hand. Nothing like that. I need to find the carded defender. This is probably not a double Hellfire board. 9 cards in hand. We go to 10 cards in hand. And then I'll play the Doomsayer. See what happens here. Of course there are ways that he can kill this and just go face. Maybe he will find enough burst. I have 1 Plague of Flames that I can use to remove stuff. I can play like Galvanizer, Talnos, Ooze, Plague of Flames, clear 3 minions. Haha, dot scarab. But Mage is the worst matchup because Mage typically has so much burn. Warlock is having a hard time surviving the burn. That's too early. You needed that for counterspell later. That now is not good. Not good at all. But he might be able to discover a counterspell. I mean, counterspell of course just wins. Nothing I can do about that. Do I play Hellfire just to check for a counterspell? 5 cards left in the deck. I need to find the card to Defender. Let me just check for the counterspell here. Yeah, that was way too early. But maybe he has more. Oh, I can play Rotten Apple Bomb out there. Alright. So, Talnos is going to draw a card. Mortal Coil can potentially draw a card. I need to get to the card of Defender. Another discovered spell. If he discovers a counter spell, he can always win. Like he would have won if he saved the Arcane Keysmith with that counterspell discover until just before my combo turn. I cannot have any additional cards in hand. Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron. Well, I don't have the second Twisting Nether in hand. But I have all the combo pieces. That's good. No, don't silence my taunt. 5 minions that it could hit, and it hit my taunt. Well, that was unexpected. Alright, 1 card in deck, and now I don't know if it's a card of Defender or not. And Talnos is always going to draw me a card. That's a problem. I'm going to start taking fatigue damage here. And I can't avoid that. Play the minions, Plague of Flames. 7 mana. It has to be Hellfire Siphon Soul, I think. But yeah, that Void contract was tough. Because that means that I might have lost a lot of healing. And I have to go too fast. This has got to be Hellfire Siphon Soul. That's the only chance I have. But he might have enough burn. Because I can't get the 4-1 out of here. That's 4 damage to the face. So much depends on the last card. What is that last card going to be? Is it Celiax or Card of Defender? Is it something else? He has a puzzle box left. Okay, what does the puzzle box do? Pyroblast to my face. Oh. Well, Mage has to burn. I needed to save the Plague of Flames Mire, because I needed to play the Plague of Flames probably the next turn. Then I will have a board clear even if he has big minions. Probably not. It could be some kind of aggro deck, of course. I found my weapon removal piece. That could be important. Let's see. So Warrior kept 2 cards on the coin. There are people playing Contra Warrior, and I should be able to beat Contra Warrior, even if they run the Taunt package. But then there are also people playing Taunt Warriors and Aggro Warriors, so we'll have to wait and see. There's Shaman Quest. Shaman Quest and Druid Quest both seem to be doing fairly well at the moment.
Hey, give me that.
It's time to tap here. Right. It could be relevant that it's 4 damage with Talnos Hellfire. Looks very control-oriented warrior. So maybe I can have enough time here. 7 cards in hand. I can go to 8 cards in hand.
Hey, give me that.
Maybe I can just spend the Talnos here. 8 cards in hand, 9 cards in hand, still 9 cards in hand. Yeah, let's just play the Talnos. I think it's fine. Alright. Okay, what does that pull? Interesting inclusion. Not something I would expect to see, really. Well, that's 5 damage Shadow Bolt now. 8 cards in hand. But there's 2 delayed draws here. I could take the draws now. Let's do 5 damage to the minion.
Hey, give me that.
8 cards in hand. 9 cards in hand. This one goes face, heals me a little. 9 cards in hand, I can play the loot hoarder, and when it dies I will get back to 9 cards in hand again, so I'm not burning a card. Hecklebot it's not run in any real decks at the moment, so it's an interesting inclusion, of course. Now my hand is full, I need to play something. I'm not really damaged, so feels bad, man. I think I'll play the card of Defender anyway. It's mana efficient to play it now. Let's do that. Is the plot twist walk somehow working? Not really, no. But this isn't working. Well, actually I have had good results with this, it's just the mage matchup is impossible. And I have played more than 50% mages. I've lost every mage game and I have won almost every other game. So... doesn't look too bad in that sense. 10 cards in hand, 14 cards in deck. Hand is a little bit clogged. If I play the Galvanizer, he knows what I'm doing. Do I care? I guess I don't really care. No, I guess it's fine. He can know what I'm doing. Oh, he definitely knows what I'm doing. I'm control Shaman Turquoise and King Faris. Okay. Our hand in Druid Quest's alright. I haven't faced any. I mean, you face such a wide variety of stuff. It's very difficult to choose and pick and choose some specific thing. Nine cards in hand, so I can resume tapping. Do I have to play the card of Defender? I guess I do. Unless I play like Novice Engineer and Ziliax. That would draw through the deck faster. Novice Engineer is also good fodder for Plague of Flames. I'm playing the card of Defender here. Let's do it like this for now. 12 cards in deck, 9 cards in hand. Okay. Now he's of course going to hero power and use a 1-1 to kill that. He doesn't want to use a 1-1 to kill that. Why? He wants to get rid of all his restless mummies. Okay. I guess I'm fine with that. 10 cards in hand, my hand is full. Well, that's the state of the hand recently. I'll need to be able to Siphon Soul some stuff. There's also the possibility he doesn't play stuff on the board. Siphon Soul needs a target. Mortal Coil needs a target. Everything else can be played anywhere. So I need to also consider those. Well, first I'm Shadow Bolting that, of course. Well, not of course, I could have Hellfired it too. 9 cards in hand, then I can tap. I'm running a little low on healing too. That's a bit of a problem. I need to play with Celiax, I think. 9 cards in hand. Because Hellfires are going to damage me. Triple snip snapping. Depending on the magnetizations or lack thereof, I might be able to just Hellfire this away. So can't quite Hellfire it all away. Well, I can Siphon Soul and then Hellfire. Not the best possible use of my resources, I suppose. What if I just Godfrey? Godfrey is a perfect answer.
Computing.
This will be a mercy.
Like that. 9 cards in hand, 9 cards in deck. Alright. Acceptable.
Let the pain speak to me.
Alright, he wants to draw with the Acolyte. That's cool.
Unity. Precision. Perfection.
Drawing just 1. I kind of want Twisting Nethers to be the last cards. 10 cards in hand, hand is full. It's time to Hellfire this board. 9 cards in hand, 8 cards in deck. Then I can tap, go to 10 cards, and I can play a Doomsayer on this board. 9 cards in hand, Doomsayer on board. Okay. Now I have both copies of Plague of Flames. I will need to... It will take me a couple of turns to play the Twisting Nethers. 7 cards in the deck. Any minions left over on the board doesn't matter, because they will all die to the final Plague of Flames. So this is the Control Warrior variant that runs some kind of a taunt package. I guess I'm fine with that. I have a couple of Twisting Nethers in the deck, so I might even Plague of Flames now. Still a pair of Mortal Coils in the deck. But how about my Siphon Souls? I need to use a Siphon Soul. I need to get rid of these Siphon Souls. That means I can't tap. But okay, where's Siphon Soul in here? I'm saving this Novice Engineer to be used together with Plague of Flames. Tomb Warden is no surprise. So I could do like Novice Engineer, Siphon Soul, Plague of Flames. That's 9 mana, then I can't tap on the same turn.
Destroy.
I still have 1 Novice Engineer, so 1 forced draw is still left. Then at some point I will need to use Twisting Nethers. Is now Twisting Nether turn?
Computing.
Because that's an option too. This could be a Twisting Nether turn. Let's just Twisting Nether away the Tomb Wardens. There's still the Armageddillo, of course. There's more Tomb Wardens. I'm not too afraid of these. I still have that 1 extra Plague of Flames. I have 4 cards in the deck. If I draw 2 now with the Novice Engineers, Hellfire, Novice Engineer, Plague of Flames. I could do that. 9 mana. I think we're doing that one now. I will still need to shoot the Mortal Coils somewhere. I can shoot them like in my own ooze. Yeah, that would be fine. Hellfire, Novice Engineer, and then Plague of Flames. We kill that Tomb Warden. Alright, 2 cards in the deck. I have an Apple Bomb that I need to play. I have a couple of Mortal Coils I need to play. Twisting the Siphon Soul. Well, you knew I had the combo in hand, but that does mean that I have to be faster. A little bit faster than I anticipated. So I can play Mortal Coil, Siphon Soul on the Heckle, but that's 8 mana. I still need another 2 turns here. If I play both Mortal Coils, I cannot kill the Voodoo Doll. If I need more removal. But I have a Twisting Nether too. Mortal Coil, Siphon Soul, Doomsayer. Yeah, that has to be it. Mortal Coil, Siphon Soul, Doomsayer. That has got to be the play here. But I will need 2 more turns, because there's a Voodoo Doll Ooze turn, then there's Twisting Nether turn, and after that there will be a Mecha'thun Plague of Flames turn. This is not punching enough damage in at the moment. So now we'll simply do Voodoo Doll and Acidic Swamp Ooze. Next turn I will play the Twisting Nether, and the turn after that I will do the combo. These Tomb Wardens are not pushing in enough damage. And Twisting Nether should ensure that there is not enough damage coming in next turn either. I don't expect a lot of big death rattles. And even if there's like an untargetable minion, then, well, Twisting Nether doesn't mind. Those cannot go face, they only have rush. So here we play the Twisting Nether. And he would need to have 13 from hand now. And as a Control Warrior, he is not going to have 13 from hand. So next turn we win with the Mecha'thun combo. Well, that's 5 from hand. But he still needs another 8. Well, that's 4. But he still needs another 4. Okay, he got surprisingly close with completely random mechs. But, alas, that was still not quite close enough. Well, they don't even both die. And there we have the Mecha'thun combo and we kill the warrior. The current zoo is pretty scary. I think I might need something like Talnos Shadow Bolt. Deal 5 damage. The current zoo has a bunch of stuff that has 5 health. I would assume that I'm meeting Zoo. I don't assume that I meet anyone else playing any other Warlock archetype except for Zoo. But yeah, with this build I have not lost to anything else but Mage so far. But I mean, sometimes it has to happen. But this is a Zoo. For 5 mana I can kill a 5 health minion. I think that will be important in this matchup. Ouch. Them lackeys. Alright, well, let's see. Now he's going to eat the lackey. Did I actually need to coin Shadow Bolt on the lackey? I probably did. Yeah, that was probably incorrect, what I did there. Yeah, oh well. Next turn I can Talnos Shadow Bolt the evil demon. If I spend the coin. Yeah, a little bit sloppy play. Should play sharper Hearthstone. Whoa, whoa. He's coming right for us. I think I actually need to Hellfire this board. I will go down to 10 from this evil demon. Next turn I have like Ooze, Talnos, Plague of Flames available to kill 2 minions. But he might have more than 2 minions. Now I don't even have to use the Talnos. So I can use the Loot Hoarder and the Ooze. And then I can use the Plague of Flames to clean up this board. Down to 10 health is of course feeling a little bit scary. At least he has spent all the lackeys he has had so far. So remaining lackeys will be 4 force, but he currently doesn't have any lackeys in hand. And I am now at a high enough mana total that I can use Talnos Shadow Bolt, I can use Siphon Soul, I can use Godfrey. Well, unless this turns out to be lethal right here. Luckily it wasn't, but that was really scary. I think probably I need to Ciliax. I mean, I had the Siphon Soul available too. It's probably still Ciliax better. Get to 5 so I don't immediately die to like another Kobold Lackey roll. Don't want to kill this with a Siphon Soul. No, killing it with a Shadow Bolt is acceptable. I will go up to 8. Can I afford to tap? Then I will be at 6. What's a risk for me at 6? I think I'm tapping. Now that's a nice minion. I probably still need to wait until next turn before I play it, right? If I wouldn't pop the egg, I need to pop the egg. Kill off the token. I can play Talnos out there too, I think. I think Talnos out there is acceptable now. So Ciliax has been healing me. Unless he deals with the Ciliax, then Ciliax will keep healing me. At some point he will find a way to eat some lackeys. Well, here I would have Mortal Coil for 2 on the Flame Imp and Siphon Soul on the Egg token. And that has potential, right? Mortal Coil for 2 on that one. Kill off the egg. Siphon Soul the token. It's on face. I believe I'm also coining out the Loot Hoarder here. Let's try something like this. Because he's also down to 13. Okay, he managed to pick up a lackey. And the lackeys are 4 force now. And the Sea Giant.
Remedies are all natural.
2 and a 4 and a 6 and an 8. Godfrey wipes the board. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage to the face. 7 damage to the face and a board clear. I think I'll take that. I can also tap. Being at 13 is acceptable. All of this stuff is going face. And then Godfrey will wipe this board. Alright, 8 cards in hand. My opponent is down to 6 health. I've seen all the lackeys that he has been able to play so far. I've seen some eggs, some recruiters. Well, now he has to be able to deal with the Godfrey because of that tap. Well, Hellfire was a potential lethal if he didn't tap as well, so I suppose he kind of needed to do something there.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Alright, so firing works out. So how do I do this? I mean, I could try to play Yeklik. Mortal Coil the 2/1. That's 5 mana. Then I can try to draw with the Novice Engineer.
I hope you like my invention.
Let's see, let's draw with this one first. And I don't even have to play Yeklik, I can just play the Cartoon Defender here. Let's Mortal Coil the 2/1 first. Then play the Cartoon Defender. So, unless he's able to pick up a Silence... I've already seen the Leroy. A spell, but there's no spell that deals 13 damage. Now I have the Hellfire. That keeps him alive on the board. Well, now after the tap he is dead on board. Unless he found something. And he did not. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.